This is the last part of the series. In case all the fun stuff has made you guys forget, Sadao was a pretty evil dude some time ago, when he was known as the Devil King. After his battle with Emi, he retreated to Tokyo where he started living a chill human life. But after he left, things were not good for Satan's minions as humans quickly started dominating them. See now, that is something my boy Gru would never do. One day, an angel named Laila enters Satan's abandoned castle. She goes to a plant and takes a ball of magical light from it. Back in Tokyo, Ashiya's daily task of screaming at Hanzo continues because Hanzo has been making some unsolicited online purchases. Sadao now has a new bicycle which Suzuno bought for him. The reason she was so kind to him was because his bike got destroyed when she was trying to murder the crap out of him. Serial also survived his battle with Sadao and he's changed. Now he's no longer a pervert. Now he's a fat pervert, and he continues hitting on the girls. Back at the Devil residence, Ashiya forces Hanzo to get off his lazy butt and do the house chores. He teaches him how to wash and fold the clothes. Suddenly, Hanzo also senses somebody watching them from the closet. Kevin Spacey, is that you? But Ashiya does not sense anyone and ignores it for now. While Ashiya goes for his part-time job, Hanzo finally starts cleaning his filthy room. Suddenly, a mysterious being attacks him. He dramatically fights back. However, he is soon overpowered by the terrible being called a cockroach. Everybody from the demons to the heroes starts panicking. So, Suzuno pulls out her little big-ass hammer and flattens it through the floor. After they are done with the overkill, they all sit down and light a ceremonial fire. Suddenly, the gate to Ente Isla opens up and Laila throws in the ball of light from before. It then changes shape into a giant golden apple. The gate closes immediately. While everyone starts arguing recklessly, Chiho is just blushing because Sadao held her and protected her when the gate was opening. Emi brings her sword down on the apple and a pair of hands stop it. Then, the apple unravels and a little girl appears from inside. Everyone stops fighting immediately and goes inside. The girl introduces herself as Alas Ramus, and she has a strange moon mark on her forehead which only appears sometimes. Alas Ramus says that she is the daughter of Satan. Sadao freaks out. Chiho freaks out. Everyone freaks out. When they ask who her mother is, Alas Ramus points to Emilia, the hero. Emi freaks out. Suzuno freaks out. Everyone freaks out. Despite Emi and Sadao's protests, Alas Ramus quickly attaches herself to them. She cries when they do not give her the attention she craves. They have no other choice but to take care of Alas Ramus for now. Since Emi has her day job and Chiho is just a high schooler, Sadao decides that they will take her in. Later, Chiho brings in supplies for the baby. Ashiya opens the door and he looks like he is 2 inches away from death because Alas Ramus kept crying all night. She wakes up again and starts crying, but Chiho quickly changes her diaper and all is well for now. When Emi's colleague Rika hears about the child, she gives Emi tickets to the amusement park. Meanwhile, Chiho and Suzuno take Alas Ramus to McDonald's. When the manager, Mayumi, sees Alas Ramus, she thinks that it's Sadao and Chiho's baby. So, Mayumi sits down and gives them a lecture about the bees and the birds. She understands that Alas Ramus is not Chiho's daughter, but society will be quick to jump to conclusions, and so they must be careful. Back at the Devil residence, they discuss what to do with the amusement park tickets. Alas Ramus is adamant that both Sadao and Emi, basically her father and her mother, come with her. That night, Emi asks her companion, Emeralda, to look into Alas Ramus. Sometime later, Sadao takes Alas Ramus to the amusement park while Ashiya and Chiho watch over them. Emi also has a new makeover and she comes here with Rika. She and Sadao behave like a proper couple and take Alas Ramus out for a fun day. Meanwhile, some strange people from Ente Isla enter the portal to Tokyo. Sadao and Emi take Alas Ramus all over the amusement park. As they buy a hat for her, Emi asks Sadao if he's worried about his demon army back home. Sadao says that he's given up on such things and ignores the question for now. Next, they take her to see their cheap version of the Power Rangers. They put on a pretty nice show, and Alas Ramus gets fully immersed in it. When some of the enemies fall down, Alas Ramus gets sad and her moon mark appears. So they take her out for some fresh air. When Sadao goes away to get water, the strange woman, who is actually Laila, appears and she uses her magic to relax Alas Ramus. Emi gets protective, but Laila says that she's not the enemy. She says that Alas Ramus has something called the Piece of Yasod on her forehead, and powerful people from heaven will come after her. Then she disappears when Sadao comes back. Next, they go to a Ferris wheel where Emmy demands to know everything Sadao knows about the symbol on her forehead. Sadao refuses. Emmy threatens to kill him. Sadao does not take her seriously, but he is getting annoyed with her, so he tells her what he knows. Back during Sadao's childhood, when he was just a weak level 2 demon, another demon clan killed his parents and everyone else around him. But an angel came to him. When he tried to fight her, she defeated him way too easily. Instead of killing him, she saved him and cured his injuries. It was that angel who took him to the human realm of Ente Isla. One day, that angel disappeared and left behind the moon symbol, the same as the one on Alas Ramus's head. The angel told him to plant the moon piece. Also, it was that angel who gave him the knowledge required for him to unite the demons, leading him to be the Devil King. Emmy tells him about the woman in white who calmed down Alas Ramus earlier, and also about the heavenly army who will be coming. For the first time ever, Sadao panics. If Alas Ramus really has the piece of Yasad on her forehead, then she could be the reincarnation of Yasad, someone bigger than demons and angels. Meanwhile, the heavenly people, led by the Archangel Gabriel, arrive at the Devil residence. Both Sadao and Emmy get phone calls from Hanzo and Suzuno respectively, and from the looks of it, things do not look good. Ashiya and Rika also prepare to leave. Since Rika is starting to fall for him, she gives him her number, but Ashiya does not understand that he is being simped on. Sadao and Emmy reach home, where Gabriel and his army have taken Hanzo and Suzuno hostage. Gabriel is apparently the guardian angel of Yasad, and he is here to take Alas Ramus back along with Emmy's sacred sword. But Sadao and Emmy have no intention of giving them up so easily. So Gabriel uses a fraction of his energy to knock down Sadao. Chiho comes in between and begs him not to take Alas Ramus. Gabriel hesitates because he's an angel and he does not want to be the bad guy. So he agrees to come back tomorrow and they can all make up their mind until then. Sadao and the others make plans to repel Gabriel. Emmy stays there while Chiho goes home as she's not a fighter. Afterwards, Sadao and Suzuno further explain their situation. If Alas Ramus really is the reincarnation of Yasad, then that means she is an important part of the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is in heaven, and it is responsible for all creation. There are 10 parts to the Tree of Life, and Yasad is one of those parts. Its guardian angel is Gabriel, which is why he wants to take Alas Ramus and maintain universal balance. But Suzuno believes that one part missing from the Tree of Life should be enough to sustain all of creation. Later, Suzuno asks Ashiya why Sadao and his demons tried to invade Ente Isla. Ashiya says that they wanted to make a safe haven for all their demon kind. Suzuno is surprised to hear this new perspective. That night, Sadao and Emmy sleep together with Alas Ramus, while Ashiya and Hanzo crash with Suzuno. Alas Ramus asks Sadao to narrate a story, so he tells her a story about a traveler and an angel, which is pretty similar to his own life story. Hearing him narrate it so sincerely, Emmy is impressed. The next morning, Gabriel crashes their morning sleep. Emmy immediately pulls her sword on him while Sadao holds Alas Ramus. Gabriel reveals that Alas Ramus is only one small part of Yasad. Another part is the crystal on Emmy's sacred sword. Emmy tries to fight, but her celestial sword is useless in front of an angel. So Sadao, the devil himself, bows down before the angel of heaven and asks him not to take Alas Ramus. In return, Gabriel can kill him. So, Gabriel starts using the Force to choke Sadao, but Alas Ramus comes in between, saying that Gabriel and the other gods used lies to become gods. She releases her powers and knocks him away, tearing through the walls. Emmy quickly follows. Despite Gabriel's heavenly status, Alas Ramus starts dominating him. So, Gabriel summons her own powerful sword which can cut through anything. He uses it to break Emmy's sword. Meanwhile, Gabriel's soldiers go to attack Sadao, but let's not forget that Hanzo is Lucifer, who was once the greatest archangel. He easily commands the heavenly soldiers to stand down. Then, Suzuno takes Sadao to the skies and throws him at Gabriel like he's a little dodgeball. But Gabriel pushes him away and Sadao starts falling to his death. Only for Alas Ramus to save him. She says that she'll always be with Mama and Papa. Then she goes to the skies. Suddenly, Emmy summons tiny little armors and a new sword. I guess what they say about female armor is true. She fights Gabriel and destroys his indestructible sword, But Gabriel reminds her that she's a human hero, and then he also tells her something that we cannot hear. Whatever it is, it shocks Emmy. The skies open up and Gabriel leaves, taking Alas Ramus with him. Emmy and Sadao are both devastated. Later, Emmy sits to talk with Chiho, where she reveals that she's running a scam on Sadao. So basically, Alas Ramus turned into her armor and the new sword earlier during the fight, but she hasn't told anyone yet. She wants the devil to know what it's like to lose something precious. In his case, it's him losing Alas Ramus. Sadao really does become super depressed, so Emmy takes Alas Ramus to him, and he starts crying with happiness. While Sadao celebrates, Emmy thinks about what Gabriel said. He claimed that if things continue like this, then Demon King Satan will raise another calamity again. True to his words, we see Sadao laughing sinisterly, but he's actually just looking at pictures of Alas Ramus with happiness. Just then, his manager, Mayumi, calls everyone and says that McDonald's will be closing for a few months due to renovation. Sadao loses his ish because he won't be able to earn money until then. When he goes home, he sees trouble and make it double. Turns out that their landlady will be renovating the building, so they should all leave temporarily. The three boys don't have anywhere to go. They receive a videotape from their landlady. Since they're not living in the 1990s, they don't have a tape player. So they go to Chiho's home to play it. In it, their landlady talks about renovating the building since Alas Ramus and Gabriel destroyed their wall earlier. Thankfully, she has a niece with a beachside resort, and Sadao and his generals can go there to work and live temporarily. Sadao calls the niece, named Amane, who invites him and his boys to work at her beach resort. Chiho is just sad that they'll be so far away. Hanzo is also sad. Sad that he'll have to work. That lazy ass. Elsewhere, Chiho's mother realizes that her daughter likes Sadao. Since Sadao seems like a good person, she allows Chiho to go with him as long as she behaves responsibly. Suzuno and Emmy also decide to go along to keep their tabs on the devil. The next day, Sadao and Chiho meet Sariel on the streets. He reveals that Gabriel came to him for help in obtaining the pieces of Yasad, but he denied the partnership. As Sadao and Chiho return, she reveals that she still has not given up her crush on him. She jokingly says that she'll even fight Emmy for his love, causing Sadao to get flustered. But Chiho says she wants to learn a different weapon, not a sword. After that, they all travel by train to the beachside town. There, Amane greets them. With perfect comedic relief, Amane also assumes that Sadao and Emmy are married. She takes them to the resort and shows them their living quarters. It's spacious and really good. Then, she shows the rest of the resort. It's freaking terrible. Sadao, who came from the demon world, is disgusted by the state of the resort. But the worst thing is that the beach season starts tomorrow, so they have to have the place ready in one day. Sadao decides to work hard to open up in time in exchange for a bonus. The girls also help him. Suzuno playfully makes a massive sandcastle, so Sadao asks her to make one next to the entrance. Once they are done, they celebrate with firecrackers. Suddenly, they see a strange light on the sea. Immediately after, a mist covers the beach. Amane says that something is coming. Suddenly, a giant figure forms in the mist. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thanks for watching!